Hi, and welcome to Angel Messages with Elena. I am Reverend Dr. Elena Rosalind Michelle, and I am here today to work on March 13th. And this is a Wednesday. It is about weddings. It's about unity. It's about bridging the gap between divine masculine, divine feminine, and getting back into this balance that we're coming, and then the balance here. So we have the cross going on, and this is also the chakra of the ray, the solar plexus, and is about rising and empowering. So today is about the six of emotion. It is about people of the past that is returning. It's if you haven't dealt with your past and breaking cycles, it's coming, and it may be jarring and triggering of things that you have to deal with. Or if you have already, then this is a really great reunion and connection. So in support of today, of March 13, we have the Four of Action. So this is a castle, and it has many rooms in it. And it's also a yellow flower, which is friendship. So this is about an incredible achievement. So if you got through without a fight with your family, or this was a beautiful reunion because you dealt with things with the family and you don't have any negative emotions, it's not numbing of emotions, it's that you are neutral to them, or maybe you have joy and contentment. So this is about that you're being in a contentment mode, that you're in prosperity, and that all of your work that you've done earlier this week is paying off. So this is a time to enjoy it and pat yourself on the back, because that probably was like a big breakthrough for you. And it's okay. And then it talks about heralding events. So heralding means a message of that there's a leadership that's wielding in their power. And their power is their empowerment to using the divine gifts. So this could be you. This is a new leader that is rising. It's also talking about the number 1 card in the goddess deck, and she is Ein. And I love this because this is Taurus. And right now, Taurus, there's the Pilates in the eye of the bull that is lining up right now. And yeah, so go and look at the stars. It's really cool. Taurus is also the ox, which is the 6/6. So yeah, it's pretty cool. So go and look at that. So Ein is asking you to be adaptable. She wants you to move beyond rigid. So don't be so stuck where you're at. So if you have been moving and you have been getting great results, she's just supporting you, that you have become adaptable and teachable. And you have become approachable. That also she moves between the two worlds of the fairy worlds and our physical reality in the world, so that she is making a magical effort for all these things to come into appearance. So I think that's a really cool. And then we have Athena. She was in our cards yesterday. Athena is about knowledge and wisdom. So she has the owl on her shoulder right there, and she's about blue and magical and miracles. So when you become into this empowerment, that you are completely aligned with the divine and into knowledge completely. This is the best time to learn. This is the best time to teach. It is about the intellect and strategy. It has given you courage, and it's driving you into more courage. And she's driving this kind of courage into your most precious dreams at this time. So I think that she's making these dreams reachable and accessible. And both of Ein and Athena have the January month assigned to them. So that means Janus is the god who can look in the past to the future, but can still stay present. So we don't want to be in the past where we get stuck. We learn from it, we move on, right? That's wisdom. And then we can see the future and how things need to be changed, or those are our dreams that are coming to light. But we stay in the physical to get into that love, that joy, into the ray, the rising, into the healing mode. And then we have Ocean of Generosity. I love her. I love her name Ocean because it does sound like ocean, and she's the river goddess, and she is about health and prosperity, and she is looking for ways to be more generous to others. She has given us life through water, and we're thirsting no more. That now we're looking for other ways to be generous to other people, to help with their suffering, to help them get out of their muck and out of their bondage into life. And to be more generous about it. There's different ways that you could be generous. You can make cupcakes and give somebody a compliment. You can give your service to volunteering for an animal shelter or to homeless shelters and rescues. I've gotten a lot of help through private helps through domestic abuse for women and children. So those I couldn't have done without the generosity of those who have given before. So think about that, because you are helping people like me to be safe and to get out of abusive situations, and you're breaking your own cycles of abuse as well and moving on. And if you haven't been part of that, just know that it is very much appreciated. They have done so much that I can't even tell you all of the different things, because when the church turned their backs on me, it was through a domestic, an organization through the state that helped me, not in their church. So to know that that is very much appreciated, and Divine will use whatever is out there for their children. Always. So the angel that we want to tap into is the 41 card. She is Uriel. Uriel, when she comes to me, she works in the crown, into the knowledge. So she is like working with all of these goddesses that are just talked about. She helps with procrastination. She helps with urging you to knowing where to go and how to do it. She definitely helps bridge the gap between God and with how to interpret and how to comprehend. So she is a great angel to ask for more help in this area. That is today. March 13th is also the counting down of the Omer. And I use a lot of biblical terms because now things are making sense. Now things are coming. And tonight there is supposed to be a storm that's supposed to be hitting in the Midwest. And the Midwest has just been hit with cold and wet and snow. And these are all different forms of water. And we're supposed to start contemplating on what water is and why they're being sent, because it is angel sent. I did the card spread. I will teach it in the next couple of days. And it's about the queen getting her balance. So it's just like, okay. So it's just like, yeah, so it's just at this time, it's like slowing things down for the queen, goddess, divine mother, to get into her balance. So I think that's really cool. And the counting of the Omer is giving the 10th of the first fruits. So the generosity of the things that we give to church or we give to charity out of love. And that gives us the empowerment. It was given to the priest at first, and then it was given to the church. So the priests represent the heart of God, and the church represents the heart of God as the woman. So because everything that the church does, it does on the behalf of the woman. And I think that's really cool. The bride, well, it's not the bride that the church it's all these people, but they represented the people and they did things on the behalf, because God uses us as prophets. So everything that the church has done is how that God is fueling this woman that is coming. And then also in the priests, that they were put into a square, and that it was a traditional thing, and then it resides in the heart. And the Levite priests have an abundance that they'll always be taken care of. So how cool is that this woman has always been taken care of as well. So we're reminded of the counting of the Omer, the 49, which represents the 49th year that all the debts are paid. that everything is wiped out. The land gets put back to the original owner, which goes right back to God. And it's really cool because everything is coming into my Jubilee, which is my 49th. But it's also my 50th year if you count my gestation state, which the Jewish does do that. So it's my Jubilee. So it's really cool how everything is working. And just, yeah, all this teaching and things is really coming into light and what God is doing into our lives. So I pray that your guardian angels will always watch over you, that they will hold you each and every night. They will send you all the good and pure dreams, that you wake up being ready and refreshed to start your new day, that each and every day is a day of change, that you are good friends to your friends, you're good helpers to your teachers and your leaders, and that you are good to each other as brothers and sisters. So I send you with so much love and so much inner peace, and that you know what exceedingly great joy is. Have a good night.